Yeah, it was not Rubio's best night. He came out of Iowa with roaring momentum, and every debate prior, he had been the epitome of in control and optimistic passion, great articulation. And in this debate, he seemed stuck. It wasn't that he repeated himself 4 times, it's that he seemed unable to come up with anything else. So said the critics. And then the critics say, that's going to cause a lot of voters to question their support for Rubio. And I don't think it does. Maybe some that may be on the fence, and maybe people that don't support Rubio obviously would not be inspired to after that. But to have something like that be this major upheaval in the, I don't see it, because there are too many other factors. Who's to say that some people not mad at Christie for the way he went after Rubio? I mean, don't forget, even on our side, there are conservatives and other Republicans who think that Christie may have been too mean, might have been too oppressive. Who knows? There's just a whole bunch of factors that are involved in this that I think make it impossible to track voter support minute by minute in a debate. I don't think, let me put it this way, I don't think anybody goes into a debate and after the first 5 minutes, you know what, the opening statement's, best opening statement, Bush! I'm Bush's guy. And then the next 5 minutes, somebody says something that really, you know what, screw Bush, I'm with Carson. And then Carson fumbles around the next, that's it for Carson. You know what, I think I'll go to Trump. Trump looks good. I don't think it happens this way. Do you? It does not happen this way. So to analyze these debates that way, I think kind of misses the point. If voters actually change their minds as frequently as the analysts tell us candidates screwed up or did well, like I could make the case that Ted Cruz had a bang-up debate Saturday night. And I can offer you evidence that he got hardly any discussion in the post-debate analysis. Well, yeah, Rush, so how does that mean he did well? Well, let me tell you. Going in, you know that most Republican establishment types and moderates and centrists do not like the guy at all. You know it. I don't even have to tell you. Ergo, if Cruz had an off night, or if Cruz really screwed something up, that would have been the main thing they were talking about. But Cruz didn't even get a mention until deep into the post-debate analysis. And the consensus analysis of Cruz was he had a solid night. He didn't hurt himself. He didn't help himself. He maybe went a little long talking about his sister. Like, okay, there were people going to vote for Cruz. But at 25 minutes into an answer or 25 seconds into an answer on his sister, you know what? I don't like this. I'm not voting for Cruz. This doesn't happen that way. The way people vote or even acknowledge support or lack of support for candidates does not track with the way these things get analyzed, answer by answer, question by question. But they have to do something here to analyze it, and they have to do something here to illustrate their expertise. Let's go to the audio sound bites. I think maybe I can give you an idea what I'm talking about. This is a montage of a bunch of analysts from Saturday, Sunday, and Monday on Rubio somehow squandering whatever gravitas that he had going into the debate Saturday night.
Will Marco Rubio be painted now forever as a robotic candidate?
A robotic quality.
He's already been portrayed by a lot of us as a fairly robotic candidate.
It was like when a robot gets water poured in it.
Rubio is simply too programmed, too robotic.
He was shown to be too robotic.
That he's robotic.
This narrative that he's robotic
and repetitive.
He looked robotic.
Robotic talking points.
He is some kind of over-rehearsed robot.
Now, I don't have anything other than anecdotal. I have seen a little videotape of voters talking about Rubio. And I have gone to comments sections of websites, and I haven't seen one voter talk about how Rubio was robotic. They've had other criticisms, and they've had other praise. But I haven't seen this Rubio was robotic. The media consensus, and by that's a cross-section of every network that we have, at least one person on every network, Rubio was robotic. Now, I watched the debate. I never thought Rubio was robotic. I thought Rubio got stuck, had brain freezes. I've had them. It's rare, but I've had them. I've had them in the middle of Rush to Excellence performances, and I've had to vamp for 2 minutes trying to remind myself where I was. It just happens to people. That it's robotic. It's not that this is the only thing he knows to say. How do you say it's robotic when we've got how many debates that we've already had where every one of these people thought he was great. He was super. The guy was articulate. He was this. He was that. And now one debate, and all of a sudden he's become robotic. Sorry, it doesn't work that way, particularly in the minds of people who vote. Now, I'm not saying it's not insignificant with voters. I'm maybe threading the needle here too thin, but I'm just saying they don't look at this as robotic. They might have looked at it as they were nervous for him, or he seemed the opposite of robotic, just frozen, stuck. And then they might say, why? Why was he flustered? Was he really bothered by the Christie? That's what they're going to ask. Here's Christie and Jeb on Sunday echoing that Rubio was robotic. Christie's on Fox News Sunday, Chris Wallace. So this is going to go on for a while, these bumper cars with you and Rubio.
Last night, what they saw is instructive. It's instructive and needs to be seen, and my strong leadership needs to be seen, and Senator Rubio's robotic performance needs to be seen, too.
Well, who can disagree with him in the drive-bys? They're all saying the same thing. Interesting, that. Fox News Sunday, Chris Wallace talking to Governor Bush. Said, Governor, how bad a night for your former protege, Marco Rubio?
Well, he's so scripted. He's so gifted. He's a great speaker, but he came across as totally scripted and kind of robotic.
There it is again. He was robotic. Snerdley, you watch this. Don't mean to put you on the spot. Is robotic the way you reacted to this? I didn't either. And I don't have a dog in the fight yet, folks. If there's any number of these people, if they won, I'd be cool with it. But robotic is not how I saw this. Though that's in fact, Snerdley is reminded with the last half of the debate, Rubio was back to normal. He was doing a great job, like all the other previous debates. He was in command. He was articulating what he believed fine. It was the first half of the debate. It could be nothing more complicated, and he knew everybody was going to be coming for him. And just nerves, I don't know what it is. And, Rush, if it's that, my God, we can't elect somebody who's going to get nervous over something. I understand, folks, I'm not trying to tell you how to react to it. I'm just suggesting that the professionals here, I'm going to repeat this again. What Rubio said, forget how many times he said it. What Rubio said, he and Cruz are the only two saying it. I'm telling you, folks, this is fundamentally important. The characterization, the analysis of Obama. Most of the people, Trump, Jeb, Christie, don't know about Carson, Kasich, guaranteed, do not think that Obama has ill designs on America. Why, no, don't be so silly. He's just in over his head. He's just not qualified for this. And this is why we can't elect senators. This is precisely why we have to elect these brilliant, seasoned governors. Because these senators that haven't even served a full term, why they're so over their head, that they just make a mess of everything. And Rubio's point is he's making a mess of nothing except the way this country was founded, and he's doing it on purpose. Ted Cruz, as I said, is the only other guy who consistently makes this point because it happens to be true, and most Republican primary voters believe it to be true. Hell, it's even beyond believe it to be true. They know it to be true. The real question is, why are the others not saying it? Why will Jeb not say? Why will Chris Christie not say that Obama is purposely undermining this country as founded? Why will John Kasich not say it? Why will Trump not say it? Trump is a unique answer here, but the other guys, I'll tell you why they won't say it. It's because they've all worked with him. Well, Jeb hasn't, but Jeb would have if he had been in position to. The Republican moderates, the Republican establishment, McConnell, the Republican leader in the Senate, has announced that there will be no disagreement with the Obama agenda this year because he doesn't want any argument or disagreement with Obama to be a negative impact on the Republican presidential campaign. So the Senate majority leader has just said there will be no stopping Obama's agenda because to criticize Obama makes us look bad. What the hell is this campaign going to be about if not that? My point is that these guys that will not characterize Obama as doing this on purpose can't, because they've all worked with him one way or another. They've all sought his assistance, or they have joined him one issue to another. And they can't, therefore, say he's undermining the country as founded, because that would make them complicit. Since they've worked with him, the only thing they can say is he's a bumbling idiot and incompetent. And I'm telling you, that's not the case at all.